So pretty much, if we don't believe, how can God work? He can't work with a person that doesn't believe. Like, if you don't believe, then he the only one believing that we can do it. He's the only one with the plan for our lives. How are we gonna do it? How are we gonna execute? How are we gonna get things done if we don't even believe ourselves? So God can't be the only one working. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, God can work miracles and he can change our life for us. He can do great things through us. Like, but we have to do the work. Otherwise, what's the point? Like, there's no point in us like getting everything what we want, and we're just waiting. Like, if we're just waiting on God to do everything for us, hand to foot, there's no appreciation for it. There's no, like when you get a gift, it means so much more. Like, or you receive something, that thing is so much more valuable when we work for it, when we put so much value to it. We have so much appreciation for the organization or person that allowed us to receive that. So if we're just sitting on our hand and foot, just waiting for God to give us all these things that we ask for, like, we're not going to appreciate God. We're just going to keep looking for another handout from God. That's just going to make us more and more lazy, and just look at God as like someone that just gives us handouts that degrades us as people. So what I believe, and what I think, well, pretty much what I think we should be doing is we should be going after the things that we desire, or the things that we were promised, because that's what we were promised. And there's only one way to go after and get it, is by getting it. And faith is going to work with us to aid us in that journey. So I feel like we should just stop asking and hoping and just sitting on our hands waiting. We need to go out there and actually go and get it. Like, Peter wasn't able to step out water. Like, he would have never stepped on water unless he stepped on water. Like, yes, God, he called him out into the water to step towards him. But if Peter didn't take that first step into the water, he would have never stepped on the water. Like, if you believe God to heal your finances, he can't heal your finances unless you go talk to a creditor, talk to a financial advisor, try and get a second job, try and help yourself. Like, he cannot work unless you make that first step. That's pretty much what I'm getting at. Faith without works is dead. We cannot have faith and not move towards that faith. We cannot have faith and not move towards what God wants us to do, whether we want to or not, or like whether it sounds good or it sounds pretty or not. Like, we have to move towards what God wants us to do. Otherwise, the faith that we have that thing is going to work is meaningless. I think we should, like, all, like myself included, we should look at ourselves and the things that we were called to do, and we should take a hard look at ourselves and what we know God wants us to do. And we should ask ourselves, are we going towards what God wants us to do? Are we actively pursuing what God wants? And are we actively putting ourselves in position and doing things that are going to help us move towards God and act out in faith? Because that's just going to make our faith grow. Like, the more we act out and the more he gives us back to, like, help us with our goals and the things that he wants us to do, the more we're going to move forward in faith, because that's how our faith grows. Which kind of, like, I'm realizing this now, like, our faith is going to, like, if we have shaky faith and we're not really trusting God, like, the only way to grow our faith is by actually stepping out in faith. And as we're rewarded by stepping out in faith, our faith is going to grow. We're going to continue to step out in faith, and God is going to continue to work with us. And that's how we grow as people. I feel like we can't grow if we remain stagnant. If we stay still, we cannot grow in faith. So remain faithful, continue to step out, and I know God is going to work in all of us as we move towards our goals. Myself, for example, I have a lot of work that needs to be done. I believe that God put it in my heart to aid people and heal people, and I cannot do that if I do not study and become the best version of what I can and do what I need to do to get into this nursing program. So if God called me to do that, and I have faith that He's gonna put me into this nursing position, I have to do the work. I have to study every day. I have to be diligent about the things that I put into my mind that's gonna help me finish this course. So that's gonna be my battle. And I just hope you guys look at whatever you guys are going through and whatever you guys believe that God has called you to do, and just to really evaluate the things that you need to do to help push your faith and help you guys grow. And I kind of hope this all makes sense. If it makes sense, you can subscribe, because I want to try and create more videos like this and just talk with you guys about faith as my faith grows. Hopefully your faith will grow and you guys can help me out, and I can kind of help you guys out, and we just go on this journey together, become better believers. So thank you for taking that listen. Hope you guys have an amazing day.